Say the word and I'll come home. Check the spelling on the stone. Just check the spelling on my stone.
Hello, everybody. I hope you all had a good week or two. Actually, I'm sorry I was not able to come on last week. I was worried about the storm. I know Jim had the big storm in his area that Saturday night, so I decided to gear up for it and get ready. We didn't get ours till Sunday. But I just wanted everybody to be able to get on this week. I know there were a lot of people that didn't have power and so on. So that's why I delayed not coming on. Jim should be joining me soon. I did send him a link. I do not know if he's going to join me or not. So if he does, we will just wait it out and see what happens. I know that he's been in and out of sickness. Some days he feels good, some days he does not. So anyway, so I'll just say hello to a few people here, and then we will get going on our reading today because obviously, you know, it's a lot here, and I want to cover as much as possible. So, hi, Julianne. How are you tonight? I'm doing good. It's very cold outside. I can't wait for it to warm up. I'm ready for spring. So hi, Mitchell. How are you tonight? Hi, Sandy. Hi, Judy. All right. So, there's a lot here, and she does go back and forth between the book and Linda's site. So we will be focusing more on Linda in this chapter. Basically, I think the drama that happened between her and Dr. Hinton. We will be focusing on that a lot today. So I'm going to actually pull up her website now, and I'm going to read a little bit. You're good. You got snow? Well, that's good. We got like almost 2 feet of snow here, so I'm good. I'm done for snow for now. I think we were supposed to get another storm today, tomorrow, but it went south of us. So those of you in the mid-southern states, New York and Washington and all those areas, stay safe tomorrow. All right. So anyway, so we're going to cover a lot here. So I'm going to just flip back and forth between what I had here. I just get one more thing up here, and I've got to get to the last slide on this presentation, so bear with me. Okay, so he let out a press release. I thought I would put this on here so you guys could see that. And I'm going to try to bring myself down, but if I do, then that is the way it is. Okay. So, Dr. Hinton solves the incorrect spelling on Elvis's middle name and is Gracelyn Stone. And okay. Okay, I'm just gonna give it. Mitchell said, let's see. Oh, good. You got 3 to 4 inches. Well, that's good. I mean, we had about 18 or almost 2 feet in some areas. So, yeah, it was crazy between that and the 6 inches we got the weekend before that. So it was pretty piling high. Actually, I think some of the snow banks in my neighborhood alone are reaching the bottom branches of the trees. So they're pretty high up. Yeah, so we're looking forward to some spring weather. Hopefully it'll be here soon. Right now we got Arctic weather. It's very cold. So anyway, so I'm going to go back into what I was doing here. So on his press release, he has stated that he didn't want any publicity I don't want my brother's reputation tarnished. In retrospect, I wish I had done it without letting people see my face, but it was important to the book, and I am already changing my appearance. So this was his press release that he did for, I guess, the book itself. I could go on for hours, he said, study your numerology charts and tell me unequivocally that everything is a coincidence. I am going to I'm going to live out the remainder of my life as my brother of a legend. Without your help, I would not be able to do it. Thank you. So I was the one who allowed the A on my stone. Elvis Aaron Presley, not Elvis Aaron with one A Presley. The extra A was the first letter and the word alive. I cannot nor will I worry that my friends of 30 years ago would be offended that I left them. I would not have lasted through the year 1977, and to all of my wonderful friends, you know who you are, but also to the skeptics, can you blame me? Privacy is what I wanted, and I have accomplished this to some degree. To all of you skeptics, you know my brother personally through all of the books. If I should decide fake my death, could I count on you for the moment on to deny it and swear up and down I passed on this day? My friends still have kept their promise, and I thank you. So he goes back and forth, pretending he is Jesse, but talking as Elvis. You notice how he changes it up all the time. But he's living as Jesse, but he's really Elvis still. Did you catch the signs? You and Linda Johnson and the others are still my friends. I need you to survive. Doc, I reassured everyone this is not a hoax. My brother's departure date is not 8/16 by coincidence, thanks to the Colonel. Only he could mastermind this feat. I have been contacted by so-called friends willing to dignify this book for a fee. Names everyone around my brother E that everyone would know. Ha! Still asking for money. Physically, there was no way I would be able to tour again. I worked myself to death. I was so ashamed I could not keep up the maintenance on Graceland alone. It depresses me to think. And I can't read the bottom because I'm going to bring this down. Hold on. Can't read the bottom page. Sorry, guys. But anyway, function of the Colonel, and I'm just sitting here contemplating my future as Jesse. Now, is now wealthy, also paying people to keep my mouth shut. The people I have chosen were numerologically compatible, including yourself. Do my brother's fans feel robbed? I could not grow old gracefully. I was deteriorating in front of the world. Now I am feeling sad and depressed, but I was allowed to see all of the books that were written about me. I could not be able to stand on stage ever again and look worse than my last performance on June 29th, Indianapolis, Indiana. I saw that and knew it was time to leave, and this date was not going to happen again for another 100 years. To all my creditors wanted their money. All my creditors wanted their money, and I won't even getting residuals for my records. Okay, believe it or not, I was becoming more and more forgetful. Physically, I am no different than any other 66-year-old man. So he was 66 when the book was published. My voice was not there, contrary to what others think. My reinventing myself was not a hoax, but a necessity. Not all of my brother's fans allow me to live out the remainder of my life without trying to hunt me down. Other people have written or in the process of writing a book just like the Dr. Hinton one. Allow him to tell the real story, the truth about Jesse. My identity is known by others. Remember that Elvis gave his life so Jesse could survive today, just the poor boy from Tupelo. P.S. Please excuse my handwriting. I hope it improves in the future. And when I pass, the absolute truth will be revealed because these people believed in me. Okay. So that is what the press release says. Sorry about my reading on that, but the writing is really small, and of course my screen's really kind of small, so I was having a hard time seeing it. So my apologies on the reading on that, but that is what the press release says for this book, The Truth About Elvis Aaron Presley, in his own words. And he wrote that to Dr. Hinton to release it with the book. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to go back into reading Pepper Ritter's book. Now, he just said in his press release that he used the extra A in his middle name on the tombstone means alive. And if you ever notice that Jesse Garen's tombstone at Graceland has Jessie. Now, I'm thinking the I that was added to that name must mean something. Coincidence or not, I am Jesse. It could be a possibility. He never really said anything about it, but it would make sense if A means alive, Elvis is alive, the extra A, the extra I, because really Jesse spelled Jesse. But on his tombstone, on his dead twins' tombstone at Graceland is Jessie. Okay. So, Dr. Hinton says Elvis does not believe that what he did in 1977 is a lie because in his mind it was necessary. Shuma mentions death threats and extortion attempts. I don't remember any information about this in the book. Now, he didn't have it in the book, but we all know that he received death threats from the mafia or the mob bosses at the time. So there was a lot there, and many reasons why he would fake his death. Okay, so all right, it appears that it appears what upset her so much is that Dr. Hinton began bragging a bit. She didn't use the term brag, but I am, he said. Elvis is ready to reclaim the limelight. There is part of him that wants his fans to know the truth. He has to start talking about his life as Jesse and letting his fans know the truth. I believe it was the interview on Fox 8 that he said the book was just the beginning. And Shuma shared a tape of the interview with Dr. Hinton says, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what's coming. Beginning next month after his birthday, there will be a TV special where celebrities who are his friends, who knows this is true, will come forward. And all of this will roll into the 25th anniversary in August. This would have been August of 2002. Perhaps you know if this book, if this took place. It doesn't seem to me that it did. Because once again, why wouldn't it? Everyone accept the fact that Elvis did not die in 1977. Apparently, this did not happen. Now, I think that there was something in the works. I think it was some type of, I don't know what they call those, clips or something of a video of people saying that they didn't believe Elvis died and so on. It never came to fruition, or whatever you want to call it. It was stopped before it got out. So that happened a lot. A lot of these books were taken off shelves immediately, like Orion. It was very close. It came out in, 1978, 79, somewhere in there. Now, even though this book is a work of fiction, Gabriel Giorgio said she had never researched Elvis before. She was not an Elvis fan. Wrote this book shortly after Elvis died. She used a character very similar to Elvis, a twinless twin in this book, and also he fakes his death and he marries a young lady and so on. All right. Kind of mirrors Elvis's life, and she really didn't research Elvis's life till after this book came out. That's what she said. That one came off the shelves. So did this one, the Presley arrangement. But now this has been what do you call it? Anniversary edition, republished. So hopefully someday maybe we will get the truth about Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words republished, but I highly doubt that will happen. Okay. So I am going to she said there is a rift among some of Elvis's lifelong time and loyal friends. I'm sure he wouldn't want them to attack each other. I pray they will forgive each other for any wrongdoing that anyone took offense to. It seems to me each of them has stated at one time or another that it is extremely difficult to keep the Elvis story a secret for so long, but they handled it well. They should be grateful they had such fantastic experience in their lifetime. I'm certainly am grateful for mine, even though it was nothing like theirs. I have finally learned how Linda Felix Johnson fits into the puzzle. So now it is complete. She is among the inner circle of Elvis's friends because she is a neighbor and a former co-worker of Dr. Hinton. Her uncle was at one time Elvis's dentist. And Linda Felix Johnson says the book was not released by a major publishing house because Elvis wanted to keep the book affordable. He also didn't want it to be a sensational or trashy. Gads. Of course, it wouldn't be trashy, but sensational? I don't get it. For people all over the world to learn that Elvis was still alive is sensational news, and the book should have been advertised so that there would be no one who wouldn't hear about it. That's why I feel cheated. I imagine there are many others who didn't hear about it also. In fact, this may be the first time some people learn about the book Elvis made possible. Linda Felix Johnson said, the large publishers wouldn't have accepted the work unless they saw Elvis type it. I imagine she is right. How stupid would this be? There is so much evidence in the items Elvis sent as gifts, things he owned for a long time. I hope the mailing wrappers were saved. Or some people would say it's not proof because you might have to come by them without Elvis giving them to you. However, most of all the gifts were mentioned in the letters from Elvis. And he went to great lengths to document the gifts he sent. I'm sure he would think no one would question the gold tooth and the hair samples. He knew he would need to provide his DNA. It is preposterous for anyone to require proof they want. One would have to subdue or kidnap him and carry him in front of the cameras. That's absolutely ludicrous. Why would anyone expect him to be treated like that? So Dr. Hinton and Linda Felix Johnson say Elvis is a changed man, and he is a very spiritual man. It's a completely different world for him. He turned off by money and show business. Privacy is very important to him. From everything I have read, he has always been a spiritual man. He wasn't perfect, but he came close. His mama taught him well. He had a heart full of spirit that he was just when he was just a young boy. And when we listen to him sing gospel, you can feel the essence of his spirituality. I hope in the end of his life, his health allows him to continue his love for learning and studying. And I hope he keeps his whimsical personality and is grateful to know that by sharing his younger years with us, he made us all want more. By now, he knows he has zillions of fans who still love him, and I believe he will throughout many generations. He has left a legacy like no one else, and in my opinion, nothing will ever change that. So Dr. Hinton says Elvis is more protected than the President of the United States, but he still doesn't trust all the people around him. And this is so sad because it adds unnecessary stress for all of them. It reminds me of his song Suspicious Minds, and it's not healthy to live in a suspicious environment. Hopefully, he will get past this, and his people will understand why he has a difficult time trusting. Perhaps if they put forth extra effort to serve him, he wouldn't question their loyalty and trust. I think a lot of people probably, when they come across him, are shocked. And I wouldn't blame him if he had a hard time trusting people, because he has mentioned many times in his book here and many times in other areas that his trust was broken quite often. Many people tried to throw him under the bus. There was a $10 million reward out for him. So, yeah, he is apprehensive about meeting with people and so on. He doesn't want his picture taken. He doesn't want to be found because he wants to live a private life. I don't blame him on that. But he also has the safety issue involved as well. According to Elvis Found Alive, he worked behind the scenes for the FBI for most of his life until he retired on the FBI. He said, like, in intelligence, like behind the desk. So he might know government secrets. And I'm thinking that, he might need protection because of that reason. It's probably why he has a high security phone. And look at how many people have taped his conversations when they said they weren't going to and made money off of it. I mean, put his safety at risk even. So, when The Truth About Elvis Aaron Presley, in his own words, was published, Dr. Hinton was accused of using fraudulent information for the book. Elvis came to his defense. He sent a letter to the Attorney General of Missouri, who had a letter examined by a graphologist, who clarified the writer of the letter was indeed Elvis Presley. She said it was unmistakable. Dr. Hinton was cleared of all the charges of fraud. His practice is still doing well, and the only way the book has affected his practice is that it has caused a lot of stress. He hears from people all over the world and says about 99% of it is positive. I wonder how he gets any work done. Okay. So to be known as the man who wrote Elvis's story, in his book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here for a minute and and I'm going to show you the news clip. Not quite sure how long it's going to be, but I'm going to show you the news clip, and then when we come back, we will chat. Actually, there's something on Linda Hood Sigmon that I wanted to show you too. So I'll do the news clip first, and then I'll show you Linda Hood Sigmon.
Here, some kind Rather interesting voicemail messages.
And Elvis Presley was still alive and that he was treating the king. He published a book and promised Elvis would step forward, but that never happened.
You know, some people are still asking questions. Whatever happened to that doctor? Whatever happened to Jesse's DNA? The fingerprints? Tonight, Fox 8 News reporter Suzanne Stratford has the surprising update.
It started with a book. Kansas City medical doctor and certified psychiatrist Dr. Donald Hinton co-authored The Truth About Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words. His patient claimed he was Elvis, said he faked his death for health reasons, and went by the name of Elvis's deceased twin brother, Jesse Presley.
I would testify it in a court of law. It is the absolute truth.
In the book, Jesse thanked Dr. Hinton for all the help keeping him healthy.
As he grew older and developed arthritis from his grueling performance stints and all of these other things, he really struggles with pain.
But how that pain was managed landed Dr. Hinton in trouble with the Drug Enforcement Administration and Missouri State Board of Healing Arts.
It's been very stressful.
Dr. Hinton prescribed large amounts of the painkiller hydrocodone to his patients. 34,000 pills from 1997 to 2000. That's 5 times the recommended dosage. Dr. Hinton surrendered his ability to prescribe medication and was given 5 years probation.
Everybody is in a hurry to discredit this doctor, myself, and his friends as being crazy, which I'm not. Being on drugs, which I'm not.
After we first met Dr. Hinton, Jesse reached out to me by phone. Here's one of many very strange messages.
To travel anywhere in the world to meet with Jesse so he could substantiate these extraordinary claims. It hasn't happened yet. He says the people paid to take care of him won't let him come out.
But we did meet with St. Louis businessman Bill Beanie. Beanie has what's thought to be the only authentic Elvis DNA. He got it from a Memphis doctor.
He has a large clinic in Memphis. He's under the shadow of Graceland, and he didn't want any controversy that involved him.
Medical records and tissue samples taken by pathologist Dr. Harold Sexton were sent to a lab.
To protect himself, Dr. Sexton kept copies of everything he did.
A 1975 liver biopsy was compared to an autopsy tissue sample.
As I said, how do we know these are Elvis samples? The doctor went to the medical records, which have the heading of the Baptist Hospital on them, and there they referred to these slides.
Elvis's DNA from the biopsy did not match the tissue sample from his autopsy. Beanie and the doctor arrived at a startling conclusion.
I can't argue with science. Elvis was not in the casket.
Beanie's friends formed the Presley Commission. They took their evidence to Memphis and tried to get the case reopened. Both the local police and Tennessee Attorney General's office refused. Lisa Marie also respectfully refused our request for DNA. And a spokesperson from Elvis Presley Enterprises writes, "The book is so completely ridiculous that we will not dignify it with participation in your story. But thank you for offering us the opportunity."
If Elvis is out there and had reasons for doing what he did, then that truth should be known. If it was a fact that Elvis Presley died, then that truth should be known.
The Missouri Attorney General's office is investigating. In their files, a report by an international graphologist. Graphology is used in Europe and the FBI, but not everywhere. Still, in the AG's report, she found Jesse's handwriting is consistent with Elvis.
The same person wrote everything I have seen.
It was not his prints.
Latent print examiner Dennis Knuckles processed dozens of Jesse's letters.
If I get a matching fingerprint, usually the handwriting matches and everything else matches. So something strange is going on in this case.
Although there's no investigation in Memphis, there is a fraud and forgery investigation underway. Dr. Hinton's fully cooperating. The gifts he received from Jesse, alleged to be Elvis's, like cufflinks from Anne Margaret, a gold tooth, and pajamas from Muhammad Ali, are now evidence. Dr. Hinton passed our lie detector test and passed a recently administered psychological exam. He's still a practicing physician, trying to get his life and his reputation back on track.
There are people trying a lot of different things to discredit me.
Because of the ongoing investigations, Hinton could not participate in this story, but he did send me this email. It says, I treated a real live person for almost 6 years. He is the man pictured in the book. I treated Jesse to the best of my ability under extremely unusual circumstances, but I have paid an unimaginable price for doing so.
We too try to get authorities in Memphis to investigate because you do have that DNA that doesn't seem to match or doesn't match. As for Dr. Hinton, he is taking courses to regain his ability to prescribe medication. And as for Jesse, well, we are working on that too. But Tim and Wilma, so many people say, why do this? Why work on it? If we could prove he was dead as well as prove he's alive, that'd be great. But Memphis has all the documents sealed. You can't get a copy of the death certificate, the autopsy report. They've sealed those records for some reason.
Yeah, and Dr. Hinton obviously believes what he's saying because he put his whole career on the line.
Absolutely. He's passed test after test, so he does believe it. But what is he believing? Who is this person? That's what we want to know, and that's what we're going to continue looking for. We want Jesse. We want to talk to him.
All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
Suzanne.
So, that is the news coverage. It basically covered what Pepper was saying in the book here. And hi, Jim. How are you?
Our shit on her head.
Glad you're able to join us tonight.
Yeah, it is your fault.
Hold on a minute. I'll wait till his face comes back on. All right. So I wanted to share something with you guys. So hi Jim, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here.
Good. I wasn't sure. I was trying to send you the link, but for some reason I could only do it by it was weird. It wouldn't send on my computer. I was like, okay. Yeah. I just gave you the link the best way I could through the phone.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
I'd almost forgot it now that I was at Walmart. I was on my group messing around, looking around, and I went into my messages and seen there was a message from you, so I checked, and I forgot today was the day.
I know. I took last Saturday off, and for some reason the reel on Facebook, the sound went out, so it was kind of weird. But I had canceled because of the snowstorm. I was kind of worried about power outages in your states there where you were, and the southern states and all that. And we had a doozy 18-inch snowstorm here last weekend. So
we had a bad storm too. We didn't get that much. We got about 5 inches here, but it's been brutal cold. I'm tired of it. I'll be glad when it warms up. But it's supposed to be up in the 70s at the end of this week. Coming up.
I wish I could be that high here, but it's still kind of Arctic. But anyway, yeah, we got about almost 2 feet of snow Sunday into Monday, but I had canceled because I wasn't sure and how reliable the power would be in the southern states and all that. You guys were getting ice, snow. There was a variety of different readings I was getting from the weather service, so that's why I didn't go on. I wanted everyone to be safe and not have to worry about losing connections or power or whatever. All right. So I think I wanted to share. I think I might have to go change the share screen. So give me a second here. Oh, okay. This is it. Linda Hood Sigmon had put out this interesting post on her website yesterday. She said that there's a new album coming out. I think it's for the live footage that was missing or whatever. And there's a song called A Change of Reality. And then in parentheses it says, "Do you miss me?" I thought that was quite interesting because she said the title and the subtitle really do speak of me, of a faked death with a new reality and asking if we missed him. She thought it was very interesting. And then she said that she checked to see if she could get the song available with video, but there was no video, but she would have put it on here so everyone could listen to it. But she said, she had a, hold on a minute. I gotta get on here and scroll down. She had the lyrics, and the lyrics here at the bottom says, the song features haunting lines such as, with eyes that hide the man within, you've lived and died and come to life again, followed by the recurring question, do you miss me tonight? She thought that was quite interesting. I thought that was quite interesting too. I can't wait to hear this song. But I've heard that song before. What do you call it? The can't read it now, sorry. The song heard that song before. The Change of Reality. But not with Do You Miss Me on it. So I thought that was quite interesting. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. He is still leaving hints. Okay. Or they are still leaving hints. All right. So I'm going to say hello to Nan. Hi, Nan. How are you? Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Colleen. Hi, Joy. Have you heard any updates on Jesse Elvis? All I know is that he's doing okay. I think he's dealing with getting a new phone. I guess he had some therapy for speech. So I guess he's doing better with that from what I understand. So, yes. Jesse is Elvis. Yes. All right. Hi, Orlai. Hi, Lisa. All right. We have a small group watching tonight. I don't know if it has anything to do with the weather or whatever, but anyway. So I'm going to stop here and we'll pick up that chapter later. We're going to go in more into detail about Linda Hood Sigmon and the, I guess what they call the arguments and the fights that she had with Dr. Hinton. And I thought that video was quite interesting because he actually showed like up close clips of the gifts in color. I'm going to put that back.
Doctor who claimed he was treating the king. Get ready to hear.
Nope, maybe not. Did I go too far? Oh, right here.
No investigation in Memphis. There is a fraud and forgery investigation underway. Dr. Hinton's fully cooperating.
Now, I mean, all that stuff on that table there, all the gifts that were given to him by Jesse Elvis, and the gentleman here on the right, that's Jerry Presley. That's Dale Presley's son. ETA, and I think a cousin.
The gifts he received.
I mean, that's the blue. I want to call it blue coral ring
from Jesse. Alleged.
That's the police badge or sheriff's badge.
To be Elvis's.
And then, of course, the cufflinks is quite interesting, and they just skimmed over the watch really quick.
Like cufflinks from Anne Margaret, a gold tooth,
and pajamas from Muhammad
Ali are now evidence.
So I thought that was interesting how they at least showed some of the gifts in color on the video. So I thought I'd share that with you guys because, you know, when they're in the book, they're black and white. So anyway, good. I'm glad you're doing good, Mary. No, I was saying that maybe that's the time we went. Eve standing for Jesse Garin grave. Right. Well, the thing is, I think that the grave for Jesse Garin at Graceland, the Jesse spelled Jessie. And I think that's where I got the extra I from. I meaning I am Jesse. But I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking it means. Linda really never really mentioned it, about what it meant. So, but he said it wasn't a coincidence that the extra A in Aaron, Aaron, means alive. Yeah, so we lost Jim again. I don't know what happened to him, but anyway. Yeah. All right. So if we don't have any other comments or questions, I'm going to jump off and we'll finish with a little Civil Nora's Reconsider Baby. I like to end with that. And you guys have a great night. God bless you all. And we'll see you next week at the same time. Unless something happens, then I will let you guys know. Who did you say? Dale Presley is Elvis's uncle. Jerry Presley's father. And then, they had, can't remember what site it was, but someone had tried to convince Jesse's picture was Dale, and it's not. Okay. Dale's was an old man by the time the Jesse photo was taken, actually probably already gone. All right. So Dale Presley is Jerry Presley's father. I'm not sure. I don't think I have a picture of him on my computer. You're welcome, Colleen. Yeah, welcome. Bye, Sandy. Yeah. I was saying Jess is Elvis. Yeah. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to end, and you guys have a good night. God bless you all.
So long, oh how I hate to see you go. Well, so long, baby, oh how I hate to see you go. Well, the way that I will miss you, child, I guess you'll never know. You said you once had loved me, but now I guess you've changed your mind. You said you once had loved me, yeah, but now I guess you've changed your mind. I'm gonna let you go ahead on home now, baby. Pray that you come back home sometime.